Okay. Hi. Good morning. It's Wednesday. Yes, it is Wednesday. I almost forgot what day it was. That's okay. I don't usually know what day it is. I know it's 6:04 in the morning. It's 6:04 in the morning. Good morning. Don't worry about what you're not doing. Okay. Okay. This is a context, background, whatever, and this is where this is coming from, and it might apply to something in your life. But a lot of times we get caught up in all this stuff that we are not doing, all the stuff that we're not achieving, all the steps ahead of us still, all this, all that, whatever. Like there's just like everything always on our mind, always worrying, whatever. But I wanted to share something that's like a total win for me. It's a total win for me, and I'm going to focus on the good because it is something what I have done successfully. It's something I'm really proud of, even though there are times where I would have said that what I've done isn't good enough or not good enough, not enough, period, right? I used to be like really like it has to be more, I have to be doing more, I have to get all this stuff done, it has to be like all this stuff. Okay, so yoga, I'm gonna tell you background story. I've been wanting to incorporate yoga into my morning routine for ages, and I've always been kind of tight on time. I've been rushing, I've been I've been procrastinating. I'll fully admit it. There have been times I've procrastinated, but I would also get distracted. Like, oh, I'm gonna put the dishes away, and it's like, okay, well, I could do that later. Instead, I could be doing my yoga, right? Like, it's not a priority. My priorities were out of whack. Let's just say that. But I was struggling, and it wasn't just that. I'm not beating myself up. It wasn't just that, but I was just struggling, and I couldn't figure it out. And there were times where I was able to successfully do yoga for a few days in a row, or whatever it might be. But I was so focused on what my yoga practice had to look like that it had to be this 30-minute thing. I had to get a full thing in there. I had to do all the flows and all the poses and do a little bit of everything, and watch the video, watch the professional instructor doing it and all these things. And it was that mindset, that picture that I painted of what my yoga routine had to look like that was stopping me from actually being able to do it at all. It was literally just the focus that this is what it had to be, that I had to do this whole 30-minute thing at least, maybe 10-15 minutes, but I still had to watch a video, and I had to watch an instructor, to set up my laptop, blah, 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 all these things, right? And then it's like, it's fine. It's when you do all those things, it's not this big amount of time that would have been taken out of my life. However, it was just putting it in that box, right? And now, even though there are, 10-15 minute videos out there that exist for quick yoga flows and things like that, it was just a side note. It was taking me out of enjoying the practice, having to pay attention to this yoga flow, whereas what I really just wanted to do was move and stretch and flow and just do a few things and learn at my own pace. But I didn't realize that until I started doing just like whatever I knew how to do. So, I started setting up my yoga mat before I meditate right in front of me. So once I'm done my meditation, I literally like ground myself a little bit, and then I go into my yoga, and that helps me ground actually quite a bit more. It just feels really, really good. It feels really good. But the thing that I've taken away is like the expectation of how long it takes, of what it looks like, of what I'm even doing, because I don't know yoga. I don't know the names of, like, I know some of the names of the poses. I don't know a ton about it otherwise. I know how to do like a sun salutation. I know how to do, I get into different poses and things like that. Basic stuff. But what I needed to do was take away the expectation or the picture of what it was supposed to look like, this whole 30-minute routine, following this instructor and doing this. And so I just kind of went with it. I just hopped on the yoga mat and I just did what I knew. And it felt really, really dumb. It felt really dumb and awkward for the first 2 days because I didn't know what I was doing. But then I got into it. I was like, wait, I do know what I'm doing because I've done this before. I have watched a few videos and I know the flow, and I just had to trust myself that I was able to just like do this little thing. And guess what? Just doing a couple sun salutations, a couple downward dogs, a couple lunges, maybe a warrior one here. I haven't even started to dive into all the other poses, but I'm excited to. Just doing a little bit and creating that routine feels so good. And that's all I needed to just get started. Am I like super stretched to the max and super flexible? No, it's only been a week. And I'm not doing an aggressive amount. But here's the thing. Don't worry about what you're not doing, because what I need to do and what I want to do is focus on what I am doing. And what I am doing is creating a consistent daily habit. I'm creating a consistent daily habit, and that is more important to me right now. That is more satisfying to me right now than trying to hammer out a 30-minute, 40-minute full yoga flow, doing whatever I need to do, following a professional instructor or whatever. I can build up to 30 minutes. I can build up to 40 minutes, and I won't even need a yoga instructor. I can just do my own thing because I'm going to learn throughout this process. But creating that daily habit and doing it daily was what was frustrating me more. Right? But only because I was holding on to what I expected this whole thing to look like, what I expected this routine to look like, what I expected my yoga to look like. Right? I can build up to more. I can build up to more. But building that foundation right now is significantly more important for me, and feels so much better to have that stability of being able to do it consistently. And yeah, it's only been a week, 7 or 8 days. I don't even know. I didn't mark it off in a calendar. It wasn't a special day. It was just something that I wanted to do, and I just started doing it. And sometimes that's what it is. You just start doing it, and it doesn't have to be this whole, I'm going to start Monday, it's going to be 9 a.m., like whatever. You can, absolutely, if that's what gets you pumped up to do it, but it doesn't have to be. It can just be something that naturally flows, that you build into your life, and you kind of look at, wow, this works, and oh, this doesn't work. Let's make adjustments. But in the end, everything said and done, what you need to just, here I am, what you need to do, and I'm not telling you what to do, but just don't worry. Don't worry about what you're not doing. Don't worry about what you're not doing. Don't worry about how what it is that you are doing is not reflective of what you expect it to be, right? Just go with it. Just go with it. See what you can do. How can you fit it into your life? How can you then expand on whatever you have fit into your life, right? Because at some point your life is going to change. And even if you get it fit into your life here and everything's working out, and I've got this great yoga practice in the morning, shit can hit the fan at any moment. Anything can happen. Your routine can change. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. And then all of a sudden, you have to readjust. But the trick is to become better at building new habits, right? And readjusting and becoming, malleable. Be malleable. Be loosey-goosey and just kind of go with it, and just know that every single time things get stirred up, you know that you can figure it out. And you also know that, yeah, you're going to fuck up. You're going to make mistakes figuring it out, because that's natural and normal. You're going to make mistakes figuring it out, but you do also know that you can have trust that you will figure it out. Right? So don't focus on what you're not doing. Focus on what you are doing. Give yourself some credit. Give yourself some praise. You are doing so much. You are doing so much. But it's when we get caught up in what we're not doing, or what we expected what we're doing to look like, that we start to, this is amazing. This is great. Yeah, I'm doing yoga every day, but fuck, it's not 30 minutes. It's not a full yoga flow. It's not this. It's not that. I need to do this more. I need to do that. And it's like, fuck. I totally lose sight of the fact that I'm building this amazing daily habit that I've been wanting to do for how long. Don't lose sight of what you are doing just because there feels like there's so much that you're not, or that there's so much more that you could be doing. Because yes, it is true. There is more you could be doing. But just focus on what you have done, what you are doing, solidify some shit, and then expand. Just expand on what you're doing. You don't have to... this isn't a fucking race. You're not racing against yourself. You're not racing against anybody else. Don't compare yourself to other people. Just do you and go at your own pace, and just one thing at a time. And if you can do multiple things at a time, absolutely do multiple things at a time. But sometimes you can't. Sometimes it needs to be one thing at a time, and you need to slow down. Speed up, slow down. Listen to yourself. Listen to your intuition. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. And just stop worrying so much about everything that you're not doing, because you are doing amazing. And you're doing so much, and give yourself some fucking credit, huh? Give yourself some fucking credit right now, or else I'm gonna find you. No, I'm not gonna threaten you. Instagram's gonna block me or something. Okay, it's 6:14. I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna go do my self-care thing. I'm doing this bar program. Holy fucking shit. It's hard. Oh my goodness, my legs are jelly, and I can lift heavy weights on leg day. And I didn't even use weights. And my legs are jelly. Okay, cool. I'll see you guys later.